His coach in all of college football history had his day with the nation's #1. St. John's head coach John Gagliardi was at the White House today to meet President George Bush.
Amid the farm fields of Minnesota is St. John's, a small men's university founded by Benedictine monks. There, you'll find a story of quiet victory, of a gentle man in a harsh game, a non-traditionalist who has built a tradition of winning on the playing fields of Minnesota. In 50 years of coaching, 46 at St. John's, John Gagliardi has won national championships. He is also the winningest coach in college football.
I just don't think that people should be called by their job occupation. I don't want any of them to call me coach. Some do, but I really don't like being called coach. I'd rather be called John.
John's list of no's, things he won't do, flies in the face of conventional football wisdom.
Most of these things I don't like, so we don't do them. No blocking dummies, tackling dummies. Matter of fact, we're not going to tackle anybody anyway. I'm sure that no one else in the history of football has gone through a season, let alone 20 or 30 seasons, without ever making a tackle on a practice field. And probably the biggest reason we do it is to prevent injuries. You know, most people protect their quarterbacks and their star receivers, but I figure, well, you know, the other players, they all are human beings, and they all have mothers who love them and don't want them to get hurt. So we try to protect them all. We have no playbooks. We have no whistles. We don't blow any whistles. We don't own any whistles. Frankly, I don't like to be yelled at and screamed at, and I don't like to be physically or mentally abused.
He has gained recognition from around the world.
One of our monks was over in Rome at the time, and I don't know how he got that. It seems like it's official, but I don't know that the Pope knows that I exist, that's for sure.
Even Bud Grant, Minnesota's coaching legend, recognized John's talents.
Two of his sons came and played. They were superstars for us, and I remember Bud actually called me one time and said, "Why don't you get Mike to cut his hair?" I says, "Bud, you're his dad, for God's sakes." He says, "Yeah, but he will, that's the problem." He says, "I'm his dad, you're his coach, he'll listen to you."
Over the decades, teams have listened to John, and he has quietly made them champions.
John really keeps the game simple, and I mean the way it's meant to be played. It's one of John's great philosophies, is really preparing us to make the perfect play.
Ever since high school, when he coached boys his own age, he had been thinking a lot about that relationship between player and coach.
Being with 18 to 22-year-old guys all my life has maybe made it nice. People think, geez, it's got to be more glamorous than just looking at stuff and plotting plays, but that's what it is. But when it comes off and it works well, it's sort of like, to me, like drawing a beautiful painting, I guess, or, you know, I don't know, writing a novel or something, but this is what I do. I don't know if I want to use any of these.
He is almost monk-like, locked in his study, jotting down notes on 3x5 cards, part of the meticulous preparation that has made him a success. With all of that, he is respectful of his players, every one of them.
All right, okay, all right, let's go.
Has he even tried to get all 150 players into a game?
Oh, many times we've had 150 or more in games this year.
That's right, 1 out of every 11 students at the all-male school is on the football squad. And don't mention athletic scholarships. There are none.
Well, I think he will be remembered as one of the greatest coaches. And longevity is a tough thing to come by in this business.
He doesn't believe in all the mean things about football. He just gets his guys out there and lets them play and has fun. He doesn't have captains. He said all the seniors are captains.
John Gagliardi's so big, even the Division III Heisman is named after him.
St. John's wins its 4th national championship.
Last year, John Gagliardi passed Eddie Robinson as college football's all-time winningest coach. You think of St. John's, you think of Gagliardi, you think of...
1 year later, he continues to distance himself from elite company. Gagliardi's 421 career victories puts him miles ahead of legends like Bryant, Paterno, and Bowden. 4 national titles later, Gagliardi is proving that nice guys can finish first. Perhaps it was fate. War pushing a teenager into coaching. Gagliardi will tell you it was luck. Either way, he has no plans to quit coaching. He says it keeps him young.
You ask me to leave these guys and go find a park bench and play checkers with a bunch of guys that can't hear what I got to say or not even interested. I said, I think I'll stick with these guys.
And they do hear him.
Just the way we've been working at it, the way we've been visualizing it.
All his players have since day one. And that's what's made this Southern Colorado-born coach a legend.